ba motho ya sa itekanelang ha o bolele hore o motho ya senang bokgoni. Ke a dumela. Bophelo ba hao bo tla tobana le diphephetso tse ngata. Empa moeti wa rona wa kajeko ke mohlala o motle o supang hore katleho ya motho ha e itshetleha hodima sebopeho sa hae. Kajeko re provinseng ya Gauteng Soweto mona Orlando West. Re etetse mme Alex Msitshana ya ileng a kula ka dinako tse telele ho a bileng a lahlehelwa ke kutlo ya hae. Empa le ha o le jwalo, ha ka ba ikutlwela bohloko empa o ile a lwana mme a ntshetsa ditoro tsa hae pele. Re ke boele go amohela lenaneong la rona la motlaotutswe e leng Back from Zero. Lenaneo le utlwisetsang nalane ya Maafrika Borwa e leng a phela jwale ka dinaletsana. Ba putla empa ha morao moo ba lwana gagaulane molamo wa tshepe. Ba busetsa molamo sefateng hore be kajeko ba phela maphelo a itseng tjha. Ke boela ke pheta gape. Ho o thwe ha ya nse ka mokutwane mmayona ntsa le teng. Ha ke re utlwa hore na tabeng yana ya mme Alex nna le wena re ka ithuta eng? A re mo mme Alex re a amohela lenaneong la rona la Back from Zero.
Thank you very much for having me in your show.
A qale mona ha e le hore mohlomong tjhelete le motswalle wa hao. O no tla hlalosa setswalle sa hao le tjhelete jwang?
Mine is a difficult relationship to have. There's always so many things that one wants to do with money or one wishes had money to do with. But I think it just goes to one learning how to prioritize and making sure that you utilize the resources you have to the fullest and the best way that can benefit yourself and your family. But mine is always a challenge.
Alex, a ke tsebe kapa ba buila pe mane ba tseba hore ha wa hlaya o le motho a sa utlweng ditsebeng. Na o ka re jwetsa hore ka ba seo se tlile jwang?
I lost my hearing in 2007. Yes, you are right, I was not born deaf. I contracted TB, and due to side effects from TB medication, damaged both my auditory nerves and I lost my hearing.
A ko re qoqele hanyane ka kgolo ya hao.
Oh, wow, let's see. I was born in PE, but my parents got divorced at a very young age, and then my mom moved us to Johannesburg, here in Orlando West. This has been my home ever since. From the age of about 5, I grew up in Soweto, went to school in Soweto, so I'm a Sowetan through and through. Growing up in a single household where the father was not there and the mother had to take responsibility for raising us, finances were an issue because mommy was the sole breadwinner, so she had to divide the money in the household accordingly to ensure that we didn't go to bed hungry first and foremost. And us as children, we had to learn to prioritize our needs. But I think that has been a positive in that it has taught us to be responsible adults. My generation grew up in apartheid South Africa. And as young children growing up in Soweto, we had to contend with a lot of challenges of things happening in the community. We had to understand the hostile environment that was going on and wonder, why are we living in a situation where we are segregated from the rest of the country? So as a young child, one had to try and make sense of all those issues of what was happening. One way to start at one way, that's when June 16 erupted. So that's when our education became drastically interrupted. But nonetheless, our schooling was very well. And after all the happenings of June 16, we were able to still continue with our education. In a sense, we had a very wonderful upbringing because there was a lot of community life. I grew up in club in Uncle Tom's, where we were part of Epiphany Club, And as youngsters, I found out a lot of things from the older brothers and sisters who were there teaching us about life, teaching us about the struggles, teaching us about what was happening in our community. My participation in the struggle was kind of limited while I was at home. So there was this vision and dream with you to go to university and explore life and then participate more there because we're learning from other of our brothers in the community who have been at university. There's lots of freedom at university to be able to make up your own mind and decide what you want to participate in. So when it was time for me to go to university, I didn't exactly know what I wanted to study because we did not have much of career guidance at our time in schooling. Then I thought maybe social worker. But when I went to varsity, I studied something completely different, the public administration. Going to university was a challenge because when I went, I didn't have a bursary. We had tried to get a bursary, but we had not secured it by the time I went. So Mama had to scrape around to make sure that she paid registration fees. And at first, when I arrived at university, I was with a family member that we had there. So I stayed in Lazi and commuted 3 modes of transport to get to university. So that means over 4, catch a taxi to Gamnyandu station. From Gamnyandu, take a bus into town. From town, go to Westfield because I was in Durban, the university that I went to. So it was a bit of a challenge, but we managed. So Mama had to send money every month to pay for the family who was staying until in April of that year, I was fortunate then to get a bursary and I was able to move into Res.
Kana go ahead, how the aspirations how in the
So I wanted to obtain my degree, and when I got to be involved in all the other activities of the university, I also wanted to play a role in changing the situation of our country.
I'm a student activist. I studied at SANSCO, which is the South African National Student Congress. Alien later I changed to SASCO, South African Student Congress. Right? I became a recruiter or a member. Yeah, SANSCO. And then Rakopana, the other, fellow students more and comrades. And then we became just a family of, friends and compatriots.
I also felt I had a responsibility, especially after I got my bursary, that I needed to utilize that funding wisely and be able to get my degree so I can also give back to my community after finishing my degree.
Jwale ka batjha ba bangata, Alex o ne a sa nahana hore o tla tobana le mathata a ditjhelete le a mang a tibileng. Ka lebaka leo, o ne a sa itukisetsa mathata a ditjhelete le ho ba motho ya sa itekanelang. Haholo diphephetso tseo a ka nnang a tobana le tsona ha morao bophelong. Haholwanyane e ka tsa leeto la hae ha re kgutla. Wa moetso lenaneong le utlwisetsang dipale tse amang maikutlo tsa batho ba itseng ha ba tobana le pela difalla ba lwana gagaulane molamu wa tshepe mme ba boela sehlohlolong. Kajeno re buisana le Alex Msitshana, mosadi ya sebete ya ileng ya ba setholo le ha se ya hodile, empa le ha o le jwalo o ile a hlola diphephetso tsa hae tsa bophelo mme iphumana a le ho back from zero.
After my studies, I came back home and embarked on the journey to find a job. And it was slightly difficult at first to find any work opportunities at that time as a new graduate, so I did volunteer work. And my first break on a permanent job was with an industrial food manufacturing company south of Johannesburg. That was my first big permanent job of the university. I was fortunate in that the HR director at the time was planning to leave the company and he wanted to mentor and groom someone to take over his position. So he threw me the deep end I only see myself as someone who has to do the job at hand. If people feel inspired about how I interact and lead them, then that's something I can be proud of. But I always tell myself that if I'm given the responsibility, I have to execute it to the best of my ability. When I arrived, I found Abantu Abebe company for many years who were still doing table handwork. Table handle, the people that just cut into the shape of the shoe that is going to be made. So they were people had been there for 20, 30 years as table hands. And I said to my management, why is it Masafona Ama table hands or Masafona Ama machinists we hire from outside when we have people in the company who could be trained to become machinists? Why can't we train our table hands to be machinists, then rather bring in new people without any skill as table hands? Fortunately, my HR director was open to ideas. But it was a wonderful program I was proud to be part of because I could see the positive impact it was having on the workers, and also the productivity increased in the factory floor. So for me, that was a great achievement.
A ko re qoqela hanyane gore ha o no so thola mogolo wa gago bophelo ba gago bo la fetoha jwang?
It was very nice. It was very nice. More independence now with money. Well, it helped because I now started playing a role in the family in terms of supporting with the family income. So I could be able to help my mother now. So it was a very nice feeling that I could contribute. And I bought my first car at an auction. So that was also an exciting first auction where I was able to bid. Wow, I'm bidding for a car. So that was an exciting phase to go through.
Ha sikelelwa a fumana mosebetsi o a wa mathomo wa ko United Frame. Ke ne ke le excited haholo ka hore wa tsana go nngwe ha o bona ngwana ntse nghodisa a tsa maskolo wa kgolwa ha o kgolo hore ka ba ngwana o tla pomellana a ba fumana mosebetsi ke le excited ene wa tsaba ka mosebetsi ona o a khona go ka re ka kolonyana catch ka check ya ya mathomotomo ka re he bophelo ke bo.
And for me also, it was just always being cautious and responsible with my mind because I understood the bigger imperative of what's implementing with the responsibilities as a family and as a country. So my first consideration, especially us in our African ways, first salary to lie of me, always say kai or put mama and aunts. So mama can decide, how much from what you brought in. So that was the experience I went through as well.
Sikelelwa o nthusa haholo bana baka. O tshwana le hore ke ntate wa mo hae. Ha se motho ya selfish. Ha se motho ya anang lu ata dintho for ena pela. O re ka mantswe a mang. O phelela rona. Re phelela yena. O reka dijo. O etsa ntho engwe le engwe tsentse re itse ka motlu. Ka nnete ruri o tshwana fela le hore ka re ke ntate wa lapa lena. Ke mo utlwisisa haholo ka hore ke a bona hore o tsamaya ka tsela e right langa ka shwa o tla sala a tseba bophelo.
Alex o ne a sa lebella dilomo tse wa ka nnang a tobana le tsona bophelong. Dilomo tse ka nnang tsa mothefula maikutlo mme sena se na le matla a go mosia a le dikojwana. Ha re ikutlwela hore na e be leeto la hae le tswetse pele jwang ka morapapatso. Ena ke Back from Zero. Mme re etetse Alex Msitshana. Mosadi wa Setholo a tobane le mathata a mangata boqhwala ba hae. Mathata a tjhelete le mathata a mang a bophelo. Kajeno o re dumella ho ba dipaki tsa tshotleho ya hae ya nako eo.
I was diagnosed HIV positive in 1995. I think maybe the way in which I found out helped me to deal with the situation, because I found out in a very cruel and unsympathetic way. I had visited a gynae because I had some problems in my genital area when I felt was itchiness, and I wanted the gynae to have a look and see what was wrong. So the gynae asked if we could do an HIV test as well. And I said, it's fine. I mean, it's good for one to know. We're all being sensitized to HIV at that time. So I thought, okay, fine, do the test. So when the results came back, I went back to find out. And he said to me, oh, you're busy saying it's itching, you have HIV. So then, oh, okay, just like that, no pre-counseling or post-counseling, nothing like that. So I think the way that he delivered the news to me made me to sort of put on my defenses and say, okay, he's told me this news in this cruel manner, how do I deal with it? So it didn't affect me in the sense that I felt sorry for myself or was scared I was going to die, but instead it prompted me to do more research and find out what this man had just told me, what was he talking about. I just wanted to know more about what was going on with me so I can learn how to cope with it. I was working before I became ill, because in 2005, that was the last job that I had. At that stage, I was already thinking about starting my own business. But because of finances, I wanted not to lose my source of income. So I decided to take on short-term contracts. And I became so ill, I was so in and out of hospital that it was impossible for my company to renew that contract. And my health was deteriorating drastically. So I was not able to continue working at that stage. When it came time for me to start taking ARV treatment, I took a decision that I was going to wait a little bit, because that was at the time when there was huge debate about ARVs, whether we should go on ARVs or we should use beetroot or what kind of solutions they were there. So I thought I'd wait it out a little bit and see how the debate pans out. When my doctor said it's time now for you to take ARVs. So in my waiting, that played against me because my health was going down. So by the time I was terribly ill, I ended up in hospital, and they discovered that my CD4 count was at 4. My doctor said to me, CD4 count is at 4, and I thought, shouldn't I be dead by now?
Nako ya 2005 wa tseba itse ha ke tlo elellwa hore khanti motho wa lwana ka gona le ntwa hore motho ana IP sa tlo elellwa hore how serious this is ka tshoga ka re ke duzile ntwe e kana ngwana ka ula a fetoga, ngwana ka eba masapo wa sa ene le masapo a weya 24 ka sa ke maketse ka motho a ka fela ba masapo ka mogao.
So she got very sick. Mo ne lo re le nna ne setse ke tsoga gore motho I wonder now, is she going to really make it? Ona motho a kula o mmona le ko sepetlele, having even changed her, physique, and motho a kulang like that, lose even complexion, our dark, having lost a lot of weight, you also get worried and overly concerned. So Alex, how could this happen? You ask yourself a whole lot of questions. What can I do to help her? It was almost like having an admission, this person is going to die.
My finances took a big knock because when I couldn't work, I couldn't provide for my family. At that time, I was the main breadwinner because my mother was a pensioner at that time. So the family took a knock. My young sister had just started working, so her salary wasn't much. I think the thing that affected me most about my illness was the fact that I couldn't provide for my family at that time, more than the illness itself, because I could cope with it. For me, that was not a big challenge, coping with my illness, but the effects of it that my family had to suffer, because now I was unable to bring the bacon home. That was the biggest, saddest part for me. When I got sick, I did not have any savings at that time. I was fortunately still on medical aid because I had been employed before and my medical aid was still active. But when I lost my job, that's when the challenge came on, because we needed to keep the medical aid because I was getting my treatment from the medical aid. So my sister had to step onto the plate. I felt very bad about that. My little sis had to give what little she had to make sure that my medical aid continued to be paid. So that was a blessing in disguise. And I also discovered that I could not claim for my UIF because I had waited a long time. See, I was thinking that I would get better and I would find work, I would go back to work again. But by the time I realized that I actually needed assistance from my UIF, the claiming period had lapsed. They said to me I needed to claim within 6 months. Before me, it was over that time. So I didn't have any financial support from UIF as such. And then I was home recuperating. And at the time then when now my health was improving in terms of HIV, the first thing that came to mind was that I need now to start looking for a job, because I had been depending on my mother and my young sister with a weak salary to look after me. So I had to reassume my role as the elder daughter in the family to look for work. So that's when I started putting myself out there to look for work opportunities. But at the same time, that was when now I lost my hearing. And I realized now how am I going to continue now on this journey to improve my life and find work when I have now become deaf.
Now, when I sa khone a thoma go se utlwe, ne ke sa believe, ke sa understand hona go etsala jwang hore ngwanaka a lahlele ke ditsebe. Until ke botsa ko doctor hantle, doctor a mpolelela a re audio nerve ya hae e affected. Ha ona ngaka e re sa etsamayang ya ditsebe, so ke batla ho utlwa ka ditsebe tse tsa hae. Ha ntshwara ha bohloko ka jo re tla etsa jwang motho a sa utlwe, motho o tla phela jwang a sa utlwe, ba itse ya ka re ile ntshwara ha bohloko hampe ngwanaka. Mme ka hlelwa ke tshepo hodima ho ke mo rapeletse gore a phele o phetse jwale ha utlwe ha e sa le yena ola ga se ka bona e le mohlolo fela mpa itse nako a ntse tsamaya ka ke tlwaela.
That became an additional challenge now for me to say, so I can't hear anymore. How do I now start looking for work when I can't hear? Before I lost my hearing, I was able to move with ease from one job to the other. As my career grew and developed, it was very easy for me. If I want to change a job, I could just apply and get the job the next day. But now that I had deaf on my CV, no employer would touch me. That was a sad realization.
Ke taba e batlang le thatanyana hore motho a ka ba le mehopolo ya ho ba setholo e sa le ngwana. Empa ho ba setholo ka nako eo se nghodile ka yona ke tshita e kgolo haholo. Le ha re tla le hlakoreng la ditjhelete e na le ditlamorao tse sa jeseng dithewelang, haholo ha ile hore motho o ntse a tlamehile ho iphedisa. Ha re ikutlwele hore na ebe Alex o ile a phepetsa mathata a hae jwang, mathata a ileng a beha bophelo ba hae ho zero. Tsena tsohle ha re tswa papatsong. Ena ke Back from Zero. Mme re etetse Alex Msitshana, mosadi hara basadi, mosadi ya matla ileng a tobana le phepetso tse ngata tsa tjhelete le ho ba setholo nakong eo a seng a hodile. Ha re tsamayeng le yena hammoho mme a re phetela hore na ebe ke bomang ba ileng ba mo tshehetsa le ho mo thusa hore a iphumane a le ho Back from Zero.
For most people, when you go through such a traumatic and life-changing experience, you find that you lose friends. But for me, that was not the situation. My friends instead rallied around me. They all were there to support me. And when I didn't have money to support the family, they would collect and bring groceries like I. They would put money in my bank account. They used to come here with bags and bags of groceries, and I would sit and say to myself, where on earth did I find these wonderful people? Because that's the kind of support that they gave me.
One of the friends within our group is, works in the health services sector. So our organizer, Kopanel Batpero, maybe come to us with a hearing. But then unfortunately, I think it was already too late to reverse the effect of, the condition you're hearing. But in all that, in all that process, we just took it that she's our friend. I mean, we can't walk away from her. We must be there. We must give her the support. But also, she fought this thing, And then, Raramoyana, no, now you are deaf. You are classified now as a person with a disability. So you need to do something about it.
I had gone to Durban, where I wanted to visit the radiologist at my former university, who was doing research about people who lose their hearing due to medication, as was in my case. So I wanted to find out from her what she could do to improve my hearing. And when I was in Durban, I was staying with friends of mine, comrades from UDW days. And one of the evenings, we were just having a chat and we're talking about how I'm coping, what are my views for the future, what do I want to do. And I expressed to them that I wanted to go and learn South African Sign Language, but it was expensive because we didn't have the budget at home to budget for that. I left the discussion there without even thinking of it. Later, when I was back at home, one of the friends, there's a very friend I was staying with, contacted me and said, Alex, I hope you don't mind, but I have contacted some of our comrades and told them that you had a wish to go and study South African Sign Language, and we've decided to contribute. She said to me, we've decided to collect money, so I need your bank account details so I can deposit the contributions in your bank account. So that was the funds I received from my friends to go and study the first stage of my South African Sign Language lessons. That is the support that I received from my friends. That is the nature, the wonderful friends that I have. I spoke to you earlier on about the camaraderie and brotherhood and sisterhood that we established when we were at university. So many years after that, so many years after those years at university, these people came through for me in this way. So I'm very blessed and fortunate to have those kinds of friends who can support a person like that in challenging times like the time I was in at that stage in my life.
Your first day scholar, how did that make you feel?
So when I arrived at SLED, I was the only deaf person in the room amongst people who were hearing. I was deaf and I didn't know sign language. So I remember the first meeting we had where we were being orientated about the whole program. I just sat there not understanding a word of what was being said, because during the orientation program, because they're explaining to hearing people who want to learn sign language. So for them to understand what the program is all about, they were talking using hearing communication. But going forward, it became enjoyable because now when they actually do the actual teaching, the people who teach are also deaf. So now I became the same as the other participants, only India was one of the people in the room because that's where I met it. That's why I got my sign name, which is Or Abraham, who was our teacher, said, because I love to smile, gave me the sign name. This is the first alphabet of my name, Alex. This is A, so A is smile. So that's my sign name. That's how I'm known in deaf culture.
Jwale ka tlung ha re bue ka lapeng ona diphetho tse ba teng ke tse feng?
Not much, except that I had to also learn to liberate, because my mother being old, it was a new thing for her also. She had to learn sign language with me. I'm too old to learn new tricks. So I had to learn to read her lips. So I sat and practiced how to liberate, because if you want to understand liberating, you have to sit in front of a mirror, uzibheke as you speak, as to how you form your lips, and then you begin to transfer that to other people when they speak to you. Try and liberate and zoom in on the lips to understand and grasp the message. So that's how I communicated with my mom. My sister at that time was not living with us because she had moved and she was being dependent and living by herself with her new job and all that. If you were not born deaf like myself, you have a choice of whether you want to stay as a member of the hearing community, or if you want to identify with deaf culture and go and learn sign language, then you can communicate in the language of the deaf with the sign language. Or you can learn skill and try to liberate so that you can cope in the hearing world. So now I did both.
Mme Alex, a ko re tlotsela hanyane hore ha o qeta course o no e etsa slide. O ile wa tsamaya o batla mosebetsi and na o no le thata ha ka o thola mosebetsi.
While I was doing the course, my search for employment continued, and I was still experiencing challenges until I came across an organization for the deaf. They were the first employer to give me an opportunity to work as a newly deaf person. All the other employers that approached had not even bothered to respond even to acknowledge whether they received my CV. The organization that gave me an opportunity allowed me to be able to use my work experience as an HR practitioner and the skills I have gained throughout my working life, because when I became ill, I had about 10 years work experience. So that was experience I was bringing to the table. They saw my CV and saw what I could offer to the organization. They put me in charge of their work placement program. They were a college for the deaf that empowered deaf people in various occupational fields. And once they completed their training at the college, they then fell onto my shoulders to find them work opportunities. So I set about first time working with deaf people to go about and find them those opportunities, knocking on various employers' doors and saying to them, I have these deaf youngsters who are qualified in these various fields, give them an opportunity. And I had some wonderful partnerships, companies that opened their doors and say, yeah, a little bit skeptical, what can they actually do? A chance and see. And that's what we are asking for. Just open the doors, let them step in, give them that stepping stone into your organization, and you'll be amazed at what they can do. With that program that I did for my organization, I was able to place within a period of 2 years, close to 50 deaf learners into opportunities. So that was a big achievement, and that was something I was very proud of. You can say that we have established these partnerships with the various employers who were so kind to say, we want to see if this can work. We want to give these youngsters an opportunity.
Jwale he mme Alex, a ko re qoqele jwale ka motho a ne a sa utlwe. Itse a o thola mogolo wa wa pele, ile wa ikutlwa jwang?
My first salary after my hearing loss was a huge blessing. I once again felt empowered. I was alive. I was able to provide for my family. I was able to live a life that says to me, you are a human being with a contribution to make to society. So my first salary was very received with very warm arms, because I was able to then say to Mama, here's our money. We can start now as a family to plan for our future. All those plans that are put on hold, we can start to say, okay, where do we start now to make our lives better? So it was a huge blessing. I'm so very thankful to that organization for the deaf that gave me the first opportunity as a person with a disability to be able to work and fend for myself. But as time went on, a few years after I had been with the organization, they experienced funding challenges because they were an NPO and they couldn't sustain the work placement program that I was doing. But at that stage, the work I was doing was too important for me. I felt there's no way I can stop now. These youngsters need this kind of assistance that we're giving to them to help open the doors for them. Because they have their qualifications, but they don't have the champion to open the doors for them. And I felt even if the organization can't sustain the work placement program, I have to find another way that I can continue with the work that I was doing, because the bug had bitten. I wanted to continue with this kind of work. I wanted to walk this journey with my young deaf people. So that's when the idea to start my own company came in. And I established the Deaf Empowerment Firm. And with the company, both Lindy and I will continue with that vision. We're empowering more and more and more deaf people on a daily basis. At DF, we offer various programs to our candidates because the vision is to make sure that in the ultimate end, the candidate that we provide to the employer is a quality candidate. Now, the type of candidate that we are dealing with, which is deaf labor, deaf people come from a background where they have poor educational qualifications. So the majority of them don't have matric, which is an entry requirement into any opportunity you may find in the workplace. So our approach is to first upskill our candidates, to bring them on par with their counterparts so that when we go and knock on employer doors, we bring them a quality candidate. So we provide learnerships to provide skills to our candidates and to provide them qualifications. We provide internship programs where our candidates can go into a company and learn a skill and gain workplace experience. But that was also another company. I was armed with the vision I had and the passion that I had now developed for the work that I was doing. It was quite challenging to find funding because it was difficult for a new entrepreneur to enter the market and be able to find funding to support the vision. But I came across an organization that wanted to fund and support entrepreneurs with disabilities. I went to them, presented my pitch, and they loved my pitch and decided to give me support. The funding we got was a startup capital to help us to be able to establish the business. How we've continued to sustain ourselves from them on is that we charge placement fees to corporates who place our candidates. And we also charge project management fees for proposals that we submit for skills development programs and internship programs. We also run sensitization workshops for our clients, and we charge fees for those. So for the services that we provide to clients, we do charge fees. Though we don't charge fees to our candidates who come to us looking for help, but for clients to whom we provide our candidates, we charge a placement fee for that. So that's how we're keeping ourselves sustainable. It's a huge learning curve for me. I'm not a financial person. That's not my strong point. But I'm learning and learning fast because I have to learn fast because people depend on me. I can't fail all the people that I'm responsible for.
Alex o sebedisa mefokolo ya hae jwale ka mekato e tla mo thusa hore a thuse ba bang ba maemong a tshwanang le hae. Mme taba ya hore o thusa ba bang e mo fa morolo. Le ha ile hore moputso wa hae ha se tjhelete, empa ke moputso o fanang ka moelelo o ka lekangwang le wa gauta papisong ya bophelo le tshotleho ya hae. ena ke Back from Zero. Mo Alex Msitshana ileng a re phethela ka tsa leeto la hae ho buela sehlohlolong kapa ho Back from Zero. Mosadi enwa ya Musa mmila le hlwahlwa. O ile a iphumana ise a le sethulo a se a hodile. Mme sena se ile sa ama maemo a ditjhelete. Empa le ha o le jwalo, o ile a hlola mathata a hae mme bile ka jenong o tsepamise maikutlo a hae ho thuseng ba bang ho fihlella sehlohlolong. O se a ntshitse sehlabelo ho imollo ditholo tse ding ditlamong tsa bofuma. Ka ho ba fa bokgoni ba ho fumana mosebetsi le hore ba be le boikemelo re tla lehlakoreng lena ditjhelete. E re mo adimetsebe ha tla be a re hlaba malotsana ka thuto tseo a ithutileng tsona.
Mme Alex, o ka re kgotlela hona leetong la hao la bophelo ke dintho tse feng tsa bohlokwa tse o ithutile tsona?
What I've learned in life is that life does not owe you anything. That there will always be challenges in life. But what you need to do as a person is to have the right mindset and attitude to deal with those challenges. The challenges that you go through, the challenges that you face are there as a learning lesson. You need to take lessons from those. When you fall, get up and get back on the horse. Those challenges are meant to strengthen and empower you so you can face life in a better way. So if you meet those challenges, don't complain and say, oh, poor me, sorry me, feel sorry for yourself. Yes, it's hard when you confront challenges. Look at those challenges, see the lessons within those challenges. Pick yourself up and move forward. You need to get back on that horse, otherwise you'll be left in a very depressed state. So the challenges in life are there to empower us. You need to believe in yourself and the capabilities that you have. Believe in yourself and know that whatever vision you have, you can achieve.
Re le batho ho bohlokwa ha kae hore re be le a healthy financial planning?
A good financial plan is important, I think, because it helps you to plan and know how you're going to tackle your future. If you budget properly and you plan properly, whatever little means that you have, you may not be rich, you don't have to be rich to live a good life. You just need to live within your means. Make sure that you provide for yourself within your means. I always tell my candidates when I find them an opportunity that you need to budget. They always say to me, this loan is too little. We don't have money for transport. Can you give me a loan? Can you do that? I said, that's not how you handle your finances. It's a salary. When you get your salary, you put aside money for transport, because that's the important money you need to have to be able to go to work. If you don't go to work, you don't get paid. So the first thing you need to do is budget for your transport to get to work. So that's the lesson I try and teach them as well, that manage your finances. Because it doesn't matter how much you may earn. Know your limitations and know that whatever you have to work around it to make sure that your life is sustainable. For anyone out there who gets diagnosed with HIV, I'd like to send a message out that when you get the news, it's not a life sentence, it's not a death sentence. HIV is a manageable disease. I'm living now with HIV for 22 years, and here I am, well, healthy. There's nothing wrong with me. And it's important also to stick to treatment. What I find is that people start their treatment and they start feeling better and gain their health. Then they think they're cured and they stop their treatment. That's where our people go wrong. So you need to adhere to your treatment. You need to stick to your treatment regimen and make sure that you take your treatment all the time. I've come through a lot in my life, to all the challenges that I've been through, to all the illness that I went through, to becoming a person with a disability. But I feel that my disability for me has not been a burden at all. It has been a blessing in disguise. I look at it as God's way to say to me, child, something different from what I created you to do. So He's put me through all this process for me to realize and be aware of the purpose that He has for me in life. The work that I'm doing now is my life's passion. It is my vision for the future. It is my vision for me to empower other people. I have been through a lot. I have now become a person with a disability. But this disability has presented a lot of opportunities for me. I've met wonderful young deaf people. Hey, if you can see my kids, they are wonderful, wonderful, spirited young people, passionate young people with a vision, young people who inspire me every day.
Mme Alex re lebohile haholo ka ho rubella rona kajeko. And ke tshepa hore molaetsa wa hao o tla fetola maphelo a mangata a batho ba shebelletseng hona jwale. Re leba back from zero. Re rata hore wena pele ya pele, may you continue to grow.
Thank you very much for having me on your show and giving me the opportunity to tell my story.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Mui wa ka motle ke a tshepa o ikutlwetse mme ebile o ithutile ho phela e diretsana mme a o bona ithuswa o hopolo re ke a itekang nna le wena re boele re kopana hape bekeng e tlang ha re tlabe re utlisetsa e mong wa bahale ba rona ile nga tobana le mathata a putlama empa ha morao moo a iphumana a le ho back from zero. Mui wa ka motle se le bale ho ikgokanya le rona le qhepeng la rona la Facebook ha ile re ka mohlomong o fitwe ke kgaolo ena o ntsona le bohona ba bo ifumana mane kanaleng ya rona ya YouTube. Mui wa ka motle ho tswa ho nna le bogangwa matjeng mui fohle wa back from zero re rata hore wena tjhelete a se moleko empa tshebediso ya bohlasa tjhelete e tla o bakela meleko nna hele bogangwa matjeng se ke itseng hai phaphathwe.